Okay, let's get going. Studio 47. Godfather 2. And I had to name the other one, Godfather 1. Now you say, why the Godfather? How did I pick that name, Godfather? Richie was picked by Doris to be Brenda's godfather. And Doris, if she picked Richie to be the godfather, not that there wasn't others more appropriate or whatever, but that meant she thought a little bit of liked Richie. Now Eddie, she didn't particularly care for Eddie, but Richie, he was part of the family. Richie was good. He was good. He come to Mark's wedding late, and just showed up, but that's the way he was. He just showed up, and when he handed, substantial, nice, very nice. He was a good guy. So that's why it's named The Godfather. Okay, then now we're going to play this clip. Now this clip we got sent out to this job, and when I got there, hi, what's this? Then we walk in, and here's this guy, the foreman, and he was tough. There it is, fellas. And if you can do it, all right. If you can't do it, hit the road. That's just about the status, And we got started on this thing and everything. Okay, and we had to build a scaffold from the floor all the way to the top. Put up one piece of pipe, two pieces of pipe. Take the scaffold all the way down to the floor. Move the scaffold and rebuild all the way back up. All summer, like in the afternoon, hot. And our ground man was the baseball coach from Sayreville, John. I'm not going to say his last name, John. And Doris even recalled when I mentioned this to her. She remembers John coming over here and getting his cut with the trees, some shrubs and stuff, and that Brenda was a baby in her arms then. So that's the time frame. And John, I said to him, how do you rate being a ground man? Who do you know? Who do you know? You're the ground man. We're up here. And Thomas, I'm not saying he enjoyed it, but he thought he was like a trapeze artist or something. Okay, we're gonna, we did it, Okay, I'm gonna run a clip and then we'll get back.
And getting better. Then he ought to be great by the time you get out. 6 months.
Okay, I ran into this clip, I don't know, maybe about 3 years ago or so, and somebody sent it to me. It was on YouTube or something, and I looked, I says, that's the building. That's the building that Richie and I did that. And of course I saved it. And anyway, the building went up when we were working there. That had to be 35, 40 years ago when we did that. But anyway, the foreman was tough. There's the job. We got to do it. And all. And I remember there was a German fella there, and he got in, was one of two that got into the local, and they were local men. They got in with that 50. We didn't get in. We hadn't been around. They evidently had been around. Well, one guy wasn't a bad guy, but this guy that I'm referring to, he was there, and we're doing it. And he says to me, I would never do that. He would never do that job. Well, from Nazi Germany, local men. But that's besides the point. We did the job, and that doesn't matter anymore. That was that deal. And we'll go on to the next one. I guess the thing at the end, and one of the last jobs and everything, we had good, the connection took care of us along the way. We had a lot of good jobs, and once in a while a tough one. Times got bad and everything, and now being you're not a local man, you're at the bottom of the barrel, you know. Now this is what I mean of it. And say we laid the groundwork. This is kind of showing you that what I mean by the groundwork of Mark, Richard, Paul, eventually getting into local, and it's not easy. It's tough, and as you get older, it's tougher yet. You got to produce. You got, and it can be tough. It's not no easy thing. It's good pay, but it's hard work, you know. So times were tough. Got down there to the end, and there was no work and everything. And I said, I seen an ad. I got to work. I got to get work from someplace. I seen an ad in the paper. Sunshine Biscuits. Sunshine Biscuits again. And I says, I wonder if now I left from Sunshine after the bar and answered that call and got into local the way I did get in. And then now here it is again, Sunshine. I wonder if they'd rehire me. And I go there, and a guy comes out to interview me. Oh, a guy that I got hired with 12 years ago or whatever. He's the boss now. Perfect. In the end, he says, you got the job, only one thing, you're not going to leave me now. Okay. I'm not sure I need the job. I'm not going to leave you. And I worked 3 days, last shift. Came out, hit the fresh air, went to the Union Hall, and he's got a job. Okay. Sends me out. Go into the job. It's pitch black, pitch black. Here comes the foreman. I'm the first guy on the job. The foreman's there. I'm the first guy. The out-of-towner's the first guy. He says, where do you see this thing? I got in a distribution room. It looked like a sunken battleship. Man, oh man, what happened here? It is a mess. It's going to be money, overtime. But so now I call him. Richie comes out. Now we're there. And we're working. And I covered a little bit of this, and it's kind of a repeat of it. Now we're there, we're working. And when after work, we stop for a beer. And as we're leaving, just one quick beer and we're going. As we're leaving, sitting at the bar, it was close by too, just on 130. Sitting at the bar, the plant manager and a guy sent from the parent company to oversee this terrible tragedy that had happened. The electricians, have a drink. I think I went home. I don't even think, I did. I did stay with that boy there. And Richie, evidently, he was a likable in personality and everything and all, and he drank with the plant manager quite often. I didn't even know it, and all. And they occasionally stopped and had a drink, you know. And on the job, the plant manager would come by and, how you doing, Rich? How you doing, Skip? And we had a foreman that didn't like the idea that we were there to begin with, because this was money, overtime. They wanted their relative or their brother or friend. They didn't want these two birds, these two out-of-towners getting a cut of this. How did they get here? How did they get here? How did these two birds show up all the time on something that's good? What are they doing here? And he didn't like it. And he put two and two together. His equation, what he come up with, the plant manager got us there. The plant manager got us there. No, the plant manager didn't get us there. The connection got us there. That's what we're doing there. So he didn't like it. He didn't like it and all. And he treated us appropriately, the way he thought we should be treated a little bit, you know. And both of us we didn't take too much rough like and everything, you know. So that's the picture that it's developing and all, until one Friday night, and it was overtime. We were living there. I had left Sunshine Biscuits in a rear view mirror, went and got my tools, and it isn't gonna last forever. This you're working in it before you know it. You're making a lot. We were making over $2,000 a week. I think the number was 2.5, and we were doing real well. And then on a Friday night, Richie went to the bar, and he's there having a beer with the plant manager when the foreman comes in, and he's been drinking, and he comments, "What are you doing to Richie? What are you doing talking to the plant manager about?" And Richie responded, "Do you feel like telling this ass whatever, telling him what we're talking about?" And that's the way Richie treated him. And then he says, "Give me a cigarette." And Richie told him what he could get his own cigarettes and everything and all. So now, on the job on Monday or whatever, there's an explosion, you know. And what in the world? They're nose to nose and all. And what was decided and everything was Richie told him off and all, and said, "We quit." Well, we quit. I was home, whatever. We quit. That's it. And when we went out, that was going to end in a week or something anyway. It didn't matter. So we're walking out the parking lot and kicking stones on our way now. I don't have Sunshine Biscuits. I don't have this anymore. We quit. And we were a team. It had to be. We were married. We quit. Done. And that's what we did. So now I go to the Union Hall eventually, and I say, what were you doing out there? What went on? What happened? Well, he was out of line. The foreman was his name. This confrontation, and he was out of line. And you know, I really was proud of him. In the end, I was proud of the way he handled it. He took care of that bird. We're not going to listen to that. And we quit. $2,500 a week or so. That's it. We quit. Now we don't have nothing. We don't have nothing. We quit. But good man. And as the years go by, and it's over with, and all, as I look back, we did the right thing. Take care. There's going to have to be a Godfather 3. You know that. The Godfather 3 coming up.